I mean, I was talking earlier on about Peter's album and the obvious enjoyment that seems to have gone into the making of that one, and I get exactly the same feeling from yours too.
Well, that's the feeling that I got when I was making it, and that's the feeling I get when I'm playing it. It's a celebration of the sort of music I've enjoyed, and that I still sort of hum in the bath or wherever I happen to be humming. And I just wanted to get them down.
How did you put it together, Keith? I mean, had you been wanting to put it together for quite a time?
No, I mean, it wasn't a burning ambition. I think, and I didn't sort of, well, the other three had done solo albums. What's wrong with you? I mean, it was, I didn't feel any pressure to do it. It was just, you know, sort of drunken night at the Whiskey A Go-Go in Los Angeles. I mean, only one. I didn't do it every night. Sundays off, because they're closed.
Yes.
Man about town, cosmopolitan raver.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I mean, you pulled in an enormous number of people too to help you with the album, Keith, didn't you?
I had to.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, I mean, off the top of my head,
yes. Pick up the sleeve.
There was actually a lot of these people I worked with Lennon and Harry Nilsson before on the Pussycats album. Jesse Ed Davis, Danny Cooch, just those two. Nilsson, of course, himself, Jim Keltner, Klaus Voormann. Joe Walsh, who was doing his album next door, so I used to go and borrow him occasionally.
Yeah.
What are you doing at the moment? Joe sounds terrible. Come into the studio, see and relax.
Yeah. Was it hard though, pulling everybody together at the same time?
It was. I mean, I got it at a very good period. Everybody I knew was in town, and they were all sort of in a recording mood. So I didn't really have to sort of go out of my way and phone people up. Specifically, you know, I said, you know, they were all down there anyway. Los Angeles is very much like that. Once you start recording, you get in the studio, and you just find that everybody, you know, 10, 11 o'clock, and everybody's in there. I had to let out the studio next to mine as a bar, and I recorded several albums in there with their people and their families, you know, dogs and everything in there. So I just sort of kept the tape running in that studio, and then would go in and grab any sort of luminary that came through the door and say, "Hello, mate, haven't seen you for ages." God, never met you. Would you fancy playing on an album?
Because you think of yourself really now, Keith, don't you, as an LA resident?
Yes, I do.
Why did you move out there?
It wasn't for the usual sort of tax reasons, although they are a benefit, I must admit. I got very bored with London. And I found it to be a very sort of low-energy state. A lot of television programs. I saw a lot of music papers I read were sort of very... Well, the television looked like a very bad French variety show. And the music papers were either very schneid. They don't sell records anyway, so I really don't know why I buy them. They were just... I just got a bit fed up. And I wanted to go, you know, I just wanted to take me somewhere else for a change.
Yeah. So you really decided to put the album together when you got there?
Yeah, I didn't have any thoughts of just going out there specifically to do an album. It just sort of came about while I was there and while I was with me friends, and we said, well, let's play.
Because the other thing about sort of recording things, Keith, I mean, I listened to and really enjoyed the radio programs you did on Radio 1.
I did too, yeah.
Like 18 months ago now, wasn't it? I mean, are there plans to put those together in any kind of album?
No, I suppose we did have plans actually on the... John Walters, who wrote and produced those shows, and I were talking about doing the possibility of doing some kind of album using some of the scripts that we hadn't put out on the air for one reason or another. And so we decided, you know, to do an album then, about 2 years ago, 18 months too. But because of everybody's commitments to everybody else, we couldn't quite get together and push the project through. But we're doing that now.
Yeah.
And so John Walters has been writing stuff, and I've been writing stuff. Mainly letters to John Walters asking where his stuff is.
And there's a film in the offing too, Keith, isn't there?
The film, Ringo. Ringo and I were approached by Sam Peckinpah to do a movie. In India.
Yes.
Probably film it in Mexico.
What form will that take? Do you know yet?
No, I've seen a couple of the... You know, we've had script meetings and everything. We're going to production next month sometime. We won't start shooting for a few months after that. But with Sam anyway, you never know quite what's in the offing, because he's very like Ken Russell. He comes up with these sort of ideas, you know, and just sort of will change an entire sequence. So, you know, I've got a sort of load of bits, and Sam has got to put it all together.
Yeah, we're running out of time actually, Keith, but we must touch on The Who before we stop. Now, because the album's started again now there, isn't it? You've got a couple of tracks done.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the reason I came back, was to do the new Who album, and to find out exactly what sort of tour dates we've got. I understand we're doing some dates in England and the rest of Europe, and then we go to America, August, September. So I figure that the dates that we're doing in this country will be early August, and they'll probably coincide with the release of the latest album.
Yeah.